I wish that they would have the same access to services, the same right to a basic education, the same health care, and really the same right to being who they are that I do and that my children do. I think as we look around today's world, with all of the conflict, with all of the climate changes, we just don't have an equitable system. And if we are going to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, I really wish that every woman, every child, every adolescent, everywhere would be able to live in peace and harmony.
The Every Woman, Every Child initiative has been focused increasingly on women and children in fragile situations, humanitarian crises. Talk us through that focus.
Sure. Every Woman, Every Child is a movement that was started by the Secretary General, UN Secretary General, in 2010, and it aims to prevent deaths of women, children, and adolescents around the world. What we realized as we were helping to get the Sustainable Development Goals off the ground is that the majority of the challenges, whether it be women giving birth in fragile settings, or children going to school, or children dying of preventable causes, the proportion of preventable deaths was happening in fragile settings. So how can you achieve the Sustainable Development Goals if a proportion of the world, they're just not achieving the SDGs because of areas from conflict either or contagion like Ebola or climate change. So what the Every Woman, Every Child, Everywhere platform does is we're trying to bring together development actors and humanitarian actors to say we've created this false divide, really, in fragile settings. So how can we, as a community, come together to ensure that there's no woman, there's no child who is denied a right to services? Women and children are dying of preventable causes. So the Everywhere platform is looking at these particular needs in these crisis situations. So we're just getting off the ground. We're hoping that we can bring together a number of partners. It's great that we're talking to people here at Women Deliver, and we do hope that we'll be able to springboard that into the World Humanitarian Summit and others to really raise our voices for the particular needs of women, children, and adolescents in these types of vulnerable situations.